Good afternoon, everybody. It is Mike the Bowtie Writer. So these videos are going up towards the end of October. We're headed straight towards NaNoWriMo, and maybe you've done NaNoWriMo before and you've gotten stuck, or maybe you've pulled the trigger and this is your first time doing NaNoWriMo and you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on and you just don't know where to begin. You can begin here. My premise is that you don't need to plan everything. You just need to plan something. The key is to focus on the right somethings that give you the most story structure, the most story bang for your buck, especially when you have a limited amount of prep time. Focusing on a few key areas will give you enough story bones so that you can actually start writing. Thus, these videos. All you need are 2 hours and 1 sheet of paper. Maybe 2 if you write big. So here's how it's going to go down over the next few days. You probably have some inkling, some idea, some seed of a story in your head. However, the fundamental axiom of pre-writing tells us that that thing that you have, that initial spark you got for that story, is probably just one of several elements that make up a story. Our job is to take that initial seed you have and grow it by systematically looking at the other common elements that make up a story. Over the next few days, what we're going to do is we're going to systematically step through these other major elements that make up every novel, and we're going to ask some basic questions about each one. The idea isn't to know everything there is to know about that particular element of the story, but just enough to give you some questions and some structure that you can build upon when you're actually sitting down to write. And by the end of this process, once we've actually gone through all of these major elements, then you will actually have enough material that you can actually sit down and start writing. These videos are very short, and I am intentionally constraining you to 1 sheet of paper, maybe 2 if you write big, on purpose. It can be overwhelming when you have just an open document and you're like, I need to plan my story. When you have 1 page that you need to fill, that restriction makes it feel a lot more manageable. The other thing is that, especially for newer writers, it's a lot easier to be overwhelmed with all the information that's out there, when in reality you should just be trying to get down and start writing as soon as possible. So I am keeping it intentionally brief to avoid that analysis paralysis so that you can get going and start writing as soon as you can. So that's my goal. With 2 hours of your time and 1 sheet of paper, I'm going to give you enough bones of your story that you're going to be able to start writing it. Maybe not necessarily everything, but we're not trying for everything. We're just trying to get you something, enough of a something so that you can do the most important thing, and that is to start writing. So, everyone, take a walk, enjoy yourselves, relax, grab your sheet of paper, and I will see you here tomorrow. Take care.